Deion Sanders shocks fans with EA Sports move. Missing from college football 26, but still backing Madden legacy. By your name, July 2025. For years, when football fans booted up an EA Sports title, one face always stood tall among the legends, Deion Sanders. From the neon-drenched chaos of the 90s to the digital stadiums of modern Madden, Primetime was more than just a character. He was a brand, a phenomenon, a feeling. But now, in one of the biggest surprises to hit the virtual gridiron in recent years, Sanders is missing from EA Sports' triumphant return to the college football scene in College Football 26. And he's not the only one. Legendary former Patriots coach Bill Belichick is also absent, sparking a firestorm of speculation, debate, and fan disappointment. Despite the absence, Sanders' relationship with EA is far from fractured. In fact, he remains one of the most prominent faces in their sports gaming universe. So what gives? Why is the man who lives for the spotlight suddenly absent from the most hyped college football release in over a decade? Let's break it down. The glorious return of college football, with two glaring omissions. It's been over a decade since EA Sports shelved its beloved NCAA football franchise due to legal and licensing issues. Now, in 2025, College Football 26 is finally back, bolstered by nil deals, player likenesses, and a coaching roster that looks more real than ever. Fans were giddy to see their favorite players, stadiums, and traditions digitized with cutting-edge realism. Yet, amid all the authentic faces, two iconic coaching names were conspicuously missing: Deion Sanders of Colorado and Bill Belichick, now head coach of North Carolina. In their places, fictional stand-ins. Gamers who paid for early access to the deluxe edition of the game were the first to discover the surprise. Instead of Coach Prime pacing the Buffalo's sidelines, players found themselves working with a high-rated but fictional coach named Kirkpatrick, described in-game as an A-plus tactician with East Texas roots. Belichick, meanwhile, was replaced by the equally invented Hector Luna, a 3-4 defense expert with a recruiting pipeline linked to Central Florida. These aren't just cosmetic swaps. In a game driven by realism, these omissions raised eyebrows. Why exclude two of the most recognizable and polarizing figures in the sport? Understanding the EA Sports opt-in model. To understand the situation, we need to dig into the licensing structure for College Football 26. EA Sports made headlines for successfully navigating the tricky terrain of player and coach likenesses through an opt-in system. That means every player and coach who appears in the game had to sign an individual agreement. No blanket licenses here. In Belichick's case, the exclusion wasn't shocking. The former New England Patriots coach has a long-standing tradition of skipping digital representation. He has never joined the NFL Coaches Association, which holds the licensing rights for Madden. That's why every time you fired up a Madden game, you'd see a mysterious NE coach instead of Belichick. His absence from CFB 26? Just business as usual. Deion Sanders, however, is a whole different story. Deion Sanders and EA, an unbreakable bond. Few coaches, past or present, have leaned into the spotlight the way Deion Coach Prime Sanders has. Whether he's rocking shades on the sideline or delivering locker room speeches that instantly go viral, Sanders has built a brand that's almost inseparable from sports culture. He's been a mainstay in the Madden franchise, both as a historic player and a promotional figure. His legacy has become a selling point for EA Sports over the years. So why would he opt out now? According to sources close to EA and reported by multiple outlets, Sanders declined the offer to appear in College Football 26, despite his ongoing collaboration with the company in other capacities. While the reasons haven't been confirmed by Sanders himself, those familiar with his media strategy say it's consistent with his Deion does Deion approach. He moves on his own terms. Some speculate that Coach Prime may have chosen to sit out the game for creative control reasons, while others believe he simply didn't see a personal value add. But fans shouldn't mistake the absence as a beef with EA. On the contrary, Sanders continues to be featured prominently in Madden promotions and may be working on new future collaborations with the studio. The EA strategy, balancing hype and authenticity. One thing is clear: EA Sports has mastered the art of stirring conversation. The omission of two high-profile coaches from the game, while disappointing to some, hasn't dampened the buzz. In fact, it may have heightened interest. EA is clearly banking on a strategy that mixes realism, speculation, and social media buzz to build community engagement. And speaking of buzz, quarterback ratings leak. Let the debates begin. Just as fans were digesting the Sanders-Belichick snub, the quarterback ratings for college football 26 leaked online, and the fanbase went nuclear. The leak came courtesy of Elite College Football, a trusted source in the EA community with over 188,000 followers. Their early scoops tend to hit the mark, and this time, it was the quarterback rankings that set the community ablaze. Top QB ratings reported. Cade Klubnik, Clemson 92 OVR. Carson Beck, Georgia 91 OVR. Sam Leavitt, Michigan State 91 OVR. Arch Manning, Texas 90 OVR. DJ Lagway, Florida 90 OVR. Bryce Underwood, uncommitted freshman 81 OVR. Fans were especially divided over Bryce Underwood, the #1 recruit from the 2025 class. His 81 rating sparked debate. Is EA being too conservative with freshmen, or are they lighting a motivational fire? Regardless, the message from EA is clear. They're not just simulating football, they're simulating the storylines that make college football so unpredictable and passionate. Whether you want a veteran under center or a gamble on a raw freshman, the game offers that choice and the chaos that comes with it. Coach Prime's cultural gravity. Even though he's absent from the game, Deion Sanders' presence still looms large over college football 26. Across social media, hashtags like #WhereIsPrime and #NoCoachPrimeNCFB26 trended within hours of release. Memes poured in, with fans replacing the fictional Kirkpatrick with photoshopped Deion likenesses. Twitch streamers, YouTubers, and Reddit threads dissected the choice from every angle. Some fans even created custom rosters and coaching mods just to manually insert him into the game. For EA, this kind of fan engagement is priceless, even when it's born out of a perceived slight. Bill Belichick, the ghost of the gridiron. As for Belichick, his silence is nothing new. The six-time Super Bowl champion has always been an enigma, and his refusal to appear in football video games aligns with a career marked by detachment from media glitz. While fans would have loved to see the hoodie animated on the UNC sideline, his absence feels more like a continuation of a long-standing pattern than any kind of protest. Still, some fans joke that having Hector Luna on the Tar Heels sideline was EA's way of saying, "You'll get Belichick energy, just not the man himself." Conclusion: a game with and without legends. College Football 26 is already being hailed as a landmark return for sports gaming. It's not just a reboot, it's a reawakening of the passion that made NCAA football a cultural juggernaut. The absence of two football titans, Deion Sanders and Bill Belichick, doesn't detract from the experience. If anything, it adds an extra layer of intrigue, forcing fans to confront the personalities behind the playbooks and the choices that define their legacies. Coach Prime may not be on the sideline in this version of the game, but his legacy lives on through every conversation, every meme, and every argument in dorm rooms and Discord channels alike. And if history is any indication, Deion Sanders will return. Maybe not in this version, but in a form that's even bigger, brighter, and, well, more prime time.